Cisco Live 2023. You were there. You were tweeting. You were having the meetings. You were in the. You took the shuttle bus between the hotel and the event. You were making it. I'm just kidding. You made it happen. Talk about what went on at Cisco Live.
Yeah, Dana, it was a good 3 days there, kind of chock full, kind of rail to rail. But, they gave us a little bit of time to work in between, so it was nice. But this was all about, from my point of view, bringing simplicity to hybrid multi-cloud networking, security, and observability. And I think, Cisco's really hitting, two fundamental areas I think are super important. So first of all, as you know, and my audience knows, I'm a big fan of the hybrid multi-cloud fabrics, essentially ways of interconnecting your data, networking, security, observability, data management, everything, but cross-cloud, on-prem, edge, and across multiple IaaS providers, and doing it in an easy way. And that's one of the biggest reasons I like Cisco's networking cloud and Cisco's security cloud, and also integrated in there is observability. So Cisco is working super hard, and they have 3 of these cross-cloud fabrics, and I just think it's an absolute winner. One of the things again is they've done in the last 6 months, really leaning into is simplicity, right? To their credit, right, they realized they were part of the simplicity problem. With networking, I mean, command line interfaces, they're famous for it. And if you look at all the CNEs, the certified Cisco network engineers, I mean, that's what they lived in and breathed off of. But they realized that, hey, their customers want simplicity, their channel wants simplicity, so making it as simple as possible, and doing a lot of the orchestration in the cloud, and also simplicity, even on security, right? If you look at one of the biggest areas of angst is integrating different security packages inside an enterprise. It takes a long time. It's difficult. Many times you can leave open a hole, and it takes so long that sometimes you're on that second or third version of that quote unquote best in breed security practice. And Cisco's wrapping all that up and making it simple for you. Same thing from observability. Observability packages are like kudzu too, right? You've got one for endpoints, one for data center, one for your apps, one for APIs. It's just spread all over the place. My final comment I'm gonna hit on is like everybody we've seen for the past 2 months. They had to amp up their discussion on generative AI. And I think based in the context of the Cisco Security Cloud, did a pretty good job talking about how they're going to be using generative AI to improve security. I like in the future in security to AI spy versus AI spy, and those who have the best AI will likely win. So overall, I mean, Cisco says that their mission is to securely connect everything and make anything happen. And from my analyst point of view, that's exactly what the company is doing. Good show.
Yeah, it seemed that way, Pat. And while I did miss it, I was tracking the analysis from Ron Westfall, Craig Durr, and other feature team members that were there. And, we, of course, cover a broad swath of the portfolio. Pat, I mean, look, AI is the thing of the moment. And, to be clear, it's not a fad. And so the generative AI play is more really about how AI can start doing more proactive for companies. And by the way, I want to say the architecture is good. And I think Cisco's got a really important moat to offer around securing the enterprise and using AI to do that. I also think Cisco's been doing this for a while, which, by the way, is a bit of a sub theme of a lot of the customers that we deal with, is that they've been doing this a long time. AI suddenly got a market buzz, and now they're adding more AI flavor to the top line of the story. But it was always really there. I mean, Pat, they've had for a long time, intent-based networking. What do you think intent-based networking is? It was always driven by machine learning and AI and the ability to make decision optimizing and routing the network so that it would, be as efficient and as productive as it possibly can be. Then you have, the overall role that, generative AI can play. Well, I think what we got here was a preview, a preview of how, the technology can move from a, fragmented to more holistic. We can simplify policy. You can deal with things like quantum cryptography, which is something that Cisco is promising that its generative AI powered capabilities are going to help with. So, like all things, though, there was kind of those few big takeaways, which in my opinion, the generative AI play was the kind of thing on display. But they had some pretty promising announcements. Observability has been in style for some time at Cisco. I felt that was a focal point and something that we could definitely lean into. And then, you kind of see the rest of the portfolio. There's question marks and some work that needs to be done around the WebEx and the collaboration platform. We're seeing that portfolio lag the overall industry. But, we're users at Futurum Group, so we still believe in this. But how are they going to adapt and adopt? And, you saw things like integrations recently with Microsoft Teams and others with Cisco, knowing that they're starting to see interoperability as a key capability. So Cisco Live, because of Cisco's massive breadth of portfolio, it's hard to cover the whole swath. But I do think the generative-based security was probably the hottest topic of the conference. And then I think, their continued focus on observability software and shift to ARR were some of the other items that I think were really in focus as well, Pat. So
yeah, day two, they did do a double click into the UCaaS and CCaaS part of that. Pretty impressive. It's everything you would have expected, right? Like call notes, things like that. Cisco's already using AI to make audio better. But analyst Melody Brew will have a write-up on that. I've already published kind of day one insights on Forbes.com. You can check it out in the show notes.